Hi, this is Eric with Puravida Fitness here with the Jumpstart warm-up. This is a generic warm-up we're going to give you guys to add maybe to what you're already doing, just so you have something to do for a warm-up, because I know you want to get your flexibility points pre and post. So these are some simple exercises that have a big effect on getting your body ready to move and work out at higher intensity. Especially if you sit at a desk all day, that is important that we fire up certain muscles and we get the joints moving right. Kind of like a pilot, when a pilot does pre-flight checks before taking off the plane. Think of it that way as well. So don't skirt your warm-up. That's asking for an injury. That's asking for something to get tweaked. So we're going to start out here on our feet. I like to work from the bottom up. We're going to start with ankle bits because we're going to take our foot and draw the capital letters of each letter of the alphabet. And what this does is it takes our ankle and foot through every range of motion that is possible, and it turns on our shin muscles, which have a lot to do with when we're out running, how well our feet strike the ground. But the ankles and the feet are huge when it comes to function from the bottom up. And if something's wrong there, and that's your first point of contact, chances are something's going to go wrong up top. So ankle bits, doing one alphabet each ankle. And then we're going to do a 2-4 here. This is hip bridges. So we're going to incorporate the ankles again. We're going to fire up these anterior tibialis muscles, which are important for good lower leg muscle balance. A lot of times we have tight calves and we have weak tibialis anteriors. And that is not good for us, especially if we're going to run a lot, if we're going to squat. That can put more pressure into the knees. So we're going to do that with the feet, put the feet up, and then we're going to fire up the hips. We're going to turn the glutes on, and we're going to actively stretch the hip flexors. So you want your feet up fairly close. We're going to drive up, hold for 2 seconds, feel it, squeeze it in the glutes. We're going to do about 15 of these, holding 2 seconds to the top. Now if you feel you're cramping in your hamstrings, you want to move your heels a little bit closer, and make sure you're driving your weight through your heels. So you should feel your glutes and your shin muscles turning on here. We're going to do 15 of those. The next exercise we just transition into is spinal roll. We're going to just mobilize the spine. Spine gets tight from being hunched over a computer all day. So we want to loosen that up. We're going to do spinal rolls. Put something between your knees. Arms are down. We're going to roll side to side as far as I can. Keeping my shoulder blades down. Not letting everything come up. And you're just going to feel that natural, gentle side to side. Trying to increase that slightly over time and just kind of open up the spine, get the vertebrae kind of mobilized so that spine's not so sticky. Then we're going to come up to our feet and we're going to stop halfway. We're going to do a squat. This is kind of a squat and hip opener. You're going to grab your outside of your shoes. You're going to come down, push your elbows into your thighs. Try to touch your hamstrings to your back of your calves, and they're hanging onto your feet. You're going to come up as high as you can. Pushing up, stretch those hamstrings. Drop down, butt to the calves, if you can, or hamstrings to the calves, if you can get it there. We're going to do about 10 of these. And just kind of actively push it into it. Then we're going to come up tall, and we're going to do a little more spine. So we did kind of the rotation spine. We're going to do side bends. So get a narrow stance. We're going to push your hip out, drive your thumb back into reaching up, stretching out the lateral piece, your lat, your hips, your lower back here. We're going to do 10 rocks side to side. And once we've completed that, then we're going to move up to the shoulders, and we're going to do shoulder drills, 10 reps each. We're going to go right here, elbows at a 90-degree angle. We're going to come up here. It looks like a football or a soccer goalpost. And then we're going to roll down here. This is a rotator cuff warm-up. Squeeze those shoulder blades in back. Hold it back there for about 2 seconds, 10 of those. And then we're going to go palms down, palms up, palms down, palms up, squeezing the shoulder blades, opening up the chest. Last but not least, we're going to use a piece of tubing. We're going to turn on the outer hips. Outer hips have a lot to do with balance and stability, especially if we're doing high intensity stuff, changing directions, running uphill or downhill. Just being able to walk, we want these outer glutes working because those kind of what shift us down, help us decelerate, so it takes stress off the joint. So we're going to do some simple tube walks. Take a piece of tubing, put it right in the middle of your shoe, crisscross it like so. Bend down a little bit the knees and hips, kind of like an athletic stance. We're going to step, slow down that back leg, step, slow down that back leg, step, slow down that back leg. So I don't just want to go. So I'm really going to feel that when I try to slow down the back hip and try to stop it at about shoulder width. And I'm going to do one set, do about 15 each way, and you're going to feel those outer hips turn on. So it's not always about stretching too, it's about firing up muscles, turning on those muscles, getting ready to work so that when we get into the workout, they're turned on and you're going to have you're going to have better workouts and you're going to be less prone to have an injury. So that's your warm-up. Enjoy that warm-up, and then we'll have another video here with the cool down too.